Here are a couple things that might boost your FPS before you go into gaming. We're going to be creating a restore point just in case I destroy any of your computers, which is very unlikely for legal purposes. We're just going to go ahead and open up our system properties, go to create a restore point, and we're just going to name that before changes, or before changes. Go ahead and create, and then OK. It's going to take a moment, but just click OK, get right out of there. Next up, we're going to be opening up our task manager, going to details whenever Rust is open. We're going to right click on that, and we're going to go to set priority, and we're going to change that to high. Now for most of you, this is just going to be one and done. For some of you, it's going to say like access is denied. I'll put it up on the screen. If that's the case, you're just going to open up regedit. I'll put that up on the screen. Going to go down to image file execution options, and there we're going to create a new key. We're going to name it rustclient.exe. Keep in mind this is case sensitive. Under rustclient.exe, we're going to go ahead and create a new key. We're going to name that perf options, capital P, capital O. In perf options, we're going to go ahead and create a new dword 32-bit, and we're going to name that CPU priority class. Now what this is going to do whenever we double click on that is it's going to allow us to manually set our priority for Rust to high. We're just going to set that to 3, make sure it's hexadecimal, and hit OK. X out of that. Alrighty. This is an easy one. We're just going to be going into our graphics settings, and we're going to be changing our hardware accelerated GPU scheduling to on. Now this is probably going to help your game run a little bit smoother, and then if you want to go a little bit further with it, we can go down to our graphics performance preference. We're going to browse, and we're just going to find our Rust in our local disk. So whichever disk you have Rust downloaded on, you're going to click on that. Program files 86. We're going to find Steam. There we go. Steam apps. There we are. Alright. Alrighty. Now that we found that, we're going to go ahead and add it. And right here, we can change it to high performance. Hardware and sound. Gonna go over to power options, and we can set that to high performance there. If you want to go a little bit further with it, we can go ahead and create a power plan for Rust. Gonna change it to high performance. We're gonna name that Rust. Click next. You can turn these both to never and create. Also with this, you can go ahead and change plan settings, go to advanced. We're going to be looking at 2 key components. It's going to be under processor power management. We're going to make sure our minimum processor rate and our maximum processor rate is set to 100%. Alright, next up we're going to have game mode. Alright, we're going to open up Rust, and we're going to type in a few key console commands that will definitely make your Rust a lot less laggy. gc.buffer, you're going to go ahead and check what yours is set to. The default, I believe, is 256. Now depending on how big of a rig you have will depend on how much you're going to want to use for your gc.buffer. If you've got a really good rig and a lot of space on your PC, go ahead and use gc.buffer 4096. That's the max you can set it for. Or 2048 if you have a lower end PC. But either way, this is going to drastically improve the performance of your Rust. Along with that, you're going to have to enter it every time you join a server or every time you hop in game. So I would go ahead and set a keybind. I would just bind it to a key that you don't use, gc.buffer 2048. Along with that, we're also going to be typing gc.incremental_milliseconds1. This is going to shorten your garbage collection lag spikes to 1 millisecond instead of the default, which is like 2 or 3. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it genuinely does make a very large difference.